On this final daily of the week, we're talking rare World of Outlaws transparency, early Eldora Million entries, and everything you need to know for a busy dirt racing weekend coming up. Let's go. It's Friday, June 16th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is Dirt Tracker Daily. Real quick before we get to the show, it's a big merch drop Friday over at shop.dirttracker.com. There are 3 new items to check out today, and more will be coming in the next few weeks. In this first round, there are some new stickers featuring one of the new alternate Dirt Tracker logos. I'm calling this one the Under the Lights logo sticker. You can get one for $4. I've also still got the traditional logo ones, look like these, and I've got the late model ones in stock as well, so you can grab those. There are also 2 new hat options. One is black, features the logo in white, and the hats are distressed and adjustable. These are $25. The other new hat is a graphite colored flex fit, just like the one I'm wearing, logo in black. These are all size large, extra large, and are $30. There are limited quantities of the hats, and the last restock I did of logo hats, that was sold out in 9 days, so don't wait if you want to grab one. I do still have some late model shirts hanging around, which you can get for $15. I've also got just a few sprint car shirts left in limited sizes. Those are $15 as well. You can find all the merch over at shop.dirttracker.com, and there is more to come soon. All right, I know I've brought up safety stuff on the show a lot lately, but with some of the recent incidents we've seen, there's definitely plenty to talk about and plenty still to do to make improvements around the sport. It seems, though, that the calls for better are being heard, and we got some evidence of that yesterday with the World of Outlaws and World Racing Group putting out a statement concerning the Carson Macedo crash at Knoxville. This is a level of transparency that I don't remember getting in the recent past from the series, and I couldn't think of an example of a situation where the series and World Racing Group had done this. That is putting out a public statement about an ongoing crash investigation. The statement thanked those that acted to get Carson to safety and said they have studied all available video to find where to make improvements. It also says, quote, series officials have been working to determine the cause of the accident, the cause of the fire suppression bottle dislodging from its mount during the crash, and the cause of the fire itself. The investigation started immediately after the car was returned to the team's pit area and is continuing with the help of Jason Johnson Racing, Lifeline Fire, and Kading Performance. The findings will be shared with the teams and industry stakeholders to hopefully prevent another situation like this from occurring during a crash, unquote. The series is really under no obligation to share anything like this with us as race fans, but it's clear they're taking this situation seriously and wanted the community to know about it. The most important thing is working with and communicating with the teams about necessary changes going forward. But I like that they went the step further here. And this was twice this week that the series addressed issues in the public space, if you include the Wayne County tweet drama thing from earlier in the week. I think hopefully this is a trend for the future where we're going to see more stuff like this, not only from World Racing Group, but from all series. The transparency is appreciated. As for the racing, the Outlaws are at Beaver Dam in Wisconsin for the next 2 nights. Today is 10,000 to win. Saturday is 20,000 to win. Sheldon Hodenshield has won 3 straight at Beaver Dam, and before that it was Brad Sweet winning 3 straight. Coming off a brutal weekend in Knoxville where he had finishes of 15th and 25th, Sheldon could use a good showing or two. Sweet enters with a 14-point lead over David Gravel with Carson Macedo 30 back. As we talked about yesterday, Macedo will race after his nasty crash last week. Both nights will be live over on Dirt Vision. At Atomic Speedway last night, Ohio Sprint Speed Week got rolling again, and it turned into a dominating win for Tim Shaffer. He led all 30 laps from the pole, topping J.J. Hickle and Justin Peck. The Steel City Outlaw hadn't won an All-Star feature since September of 2020 when he beat Shane Stewart and Cale Thomas at Attica. Finishing a couple of spots ahead of Tyler Courtney, Zeb Wise extended his Speed Week points lead just a few more. It's 6 now with Eldora and Portsmouth still to come. The All-Stars had 41 cars last night, and I would not be surprised to see that grow with Eldora being the final race before the Million, and then more than 20,000 win on Saturday. Flow Racing has live streams of both of these nights. And speaking of the Million, the first few entries are viewable over at EldoraSpeedway.com. 21 cars on this pre-entry list so far. Obviously, still a couple of weeks to go before this event. A bunch of big names on it already. Donnie Schatz, Brent Marks, Lance DeWeese, Brian Brown, Brad Sweet, Kyle Larson, Rico Abreu. I was a bit surprised to see Darren Pittman listed, and he's going to race the Alex Bowman Ally 55 car. I'm not sure when we'll see Bowman race the sprint car again, as we know that Jake Swanson is running the rest of the high limit schedule in that car. But pretty cool to see Pittman coming out to make a rare start now. He's kind of this, situation where he's retired and running Ultra Shield, but still looks like getting in a couple of sprint car races a year. We'll keep an eye on the list to see who else ends up joining the chase for $1 million. If you want some big-time late model racing today and tomorrow, look no further than the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series at Smoky Mountain Speedway. Twin 30-lap features tonight for $5,000 win and then $50,000 to the winner on Saturday. Ricky Thornton Jr. is the series points leader, comes into the weekend with 7 straight top 5 runs, including 3 victories. Hudson O'Neal is second in the standings. He's coming in with his pockets just a little bit fatter after winning the $100,000 to win show at Kokomo with XR back on Monday. Chris Madden won this race a year ago, but his schedule shows him off this weekend, so he will not be there to defend. Other guys with good average finishes recently at Smoky Mountain to kind of watch out for include Mike Marlar, Jimmy Owens, and Jonathan Davenport. Both nights of Lucas are live on Flow Racing if you cannot get there. With USAC on Thursday, Max Adams and Thomas Mesereau led laps early, but it was Emerson Axsom who went to victory lane for the first time in 2023. Axsom and the Clauson Marshall team hadn't won a national sprint car race since Kokopah back in October of 2022. Very cool that they were able to get it done on Bryan Clauson's 34th birthday. Team has settled for second after leading 15 laps. I feel like he needed a good run. His midget season has not gone great so far. He's got 6 finishes outside the top 10 through 9 events. Up next for Eastern Storm, you got stops at Williams Grove tonight, Port Royal, and Action Track USA through Sunday. Axsom holds the week-long championship lead, while Jake Swanson still shows the way for the season-long standings. One side note, and something I was thinking about last night, that backstretch at Big Diamond, is it really as narrow as it looks on the broadcast for those of you that have been there? There's that one tractor tire right about the midpoint of the straightaway, and it looks like guys really kind of have to actively try and avoid it. Pretty crazy look there. The Summer Nationals was at Kankakee last night. Brian Shirley won again. He's 2 for 2 now to start the season. Jason Fager tried like hell to challenge him, but just couldn't quite get close enough to make a move. He settled for second with Dennis Erb Jr. in third. Tyler Nicely was the night's modified winner after coming up short to Alan Weiser at Peoria. Next races for Summer Nationals are at Tri-City, Fairbury, and Sycamore to close out week 1. Out west, the fastest 4 days of motorsports are off and running for the NARC sprint cars. They were at Southern Oregon Speedway. The car count ended up being a bit disappointing, I felt like. Only 17 410s in the pits. I know 410s are pretty light in Oregon, but I would have thought some of the California guys would have towed north for this race. You got 4 races this week, and then you're headed right to Skagit next week. The night's feature went caution-free. Corey Day picked up win number 4 on the year. Justin Cox went absolutely full send in the final quarter to try and get around him, but did come up short. And then my guy Tanner Holmes rounded out the night's podium. The NARC sprint cars head to Douglas County and Roseburg tonight, then Willamette on Saturday and Grace Harbor in Washington on Sunday. Other winners last night included Carlos Ahumada Jr. with the USMTS at Cedar Lake. The Masters continues there tonight and tomorrow. And at Creek County, Sean McClellan picked up his first ASCS National Tour win since his rookie season at Houston Raceway Park way back in 2006. He topped Chance Morton, who also led laps, and Jordan Mallett. Jason Martin had issues, finished 21st, while Seth Bergman's podium streak came to an end after 8 races. He had a 9th place finish. ASCS is headed for Humboldt today and 81 Speedway on Saturday. One other race I wanted to spotlight today, this one for my Northeast guys. Short Track Super Series is at Devil's Bowl Speedway in Vermont on Sunday. 10,000 win, 500 to start for the North Region. Matt Shepard already has 2 North Region wins this season. He's the defending winner at this event as well. Should be a stacked field on hand, so check that one out if you want some Northeast modified action. Drop me a comment. Let me know what your dirt racing plans are for the weekend. And if you're so inclined, maybe hit me up on the Dirt Tracker Twitter account with some tweet your seat action over the next few nights, wherever you guys are. I hope you enjoy the dirt racing weekend out there. We'll see you right back here on Monday.